Okay, so I think there is like a few things to look at, but to make a summary, we're gonna make a very quick look on the early game, just to see if there is anything that I need to address to you. But yeah, I'm gonna focus on side laning after this. Okay, does that sound good to you?
So, what should I call you?
You can call me Dintars. That's fine. I
Dyntex? Okay.
what should I
Nice to
call
meet
you?
you.
Nice to meet you too. Usually I don't really call people. Like I never have a time where I call people. But if you want, I can like call you a certain
You can
name or
call
what.
me Tana or Jamie. Either works.
Which one do you prefer?
I don't have a preference. It's up to you.
Uh, Tana, cause it's written on Discord. And I'm not gonna forget, and I don't want to be in a position where I
Okay.
need to ask you again.
Fine, that's fine.
Okay. So how should you approach this matchup?
Uh, I was scared in the beginning. There's an interaction where he dashes through the minions and attacks me, and I realize, oh shit, I forgot about that. So the rest of the game, I am very hyper aware of standing next to minions and saving my Q. Um, but I did forget in the beginning.
Okay, so Yasuo is a okay. So usually when you're against a melee, you want to be pushing.
Got
So
it.
so that's the rule, kinda. But there is like a few exceptions. Yasuo in what is one of them. So one of the reason why Yasuo is an issue. Wait, I need to stop the Discord notifications. Okay. One of the issue about Yasuo is that he's extremely strong early game.
Yes.
The issue
Especially
about
after level 3, right?
no, level one is the strongest champion level one with
Got it.
Aurelia. So
Okay.
if you're against a good Yasuo, let's say, and you start pushing, what he's gonna do is he's gonna hold the wave here, and your lane is over. So
Oh, he did
basically,
do that.
yeah. So usually, how a lane war looks in higher elo against Yasuo as a range is you lost the lane. You just lost the lane. Like this auto lost you the lane.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean? You cannot be pushing because this auto makes it so your CS are gonna slowly be pushing, and Yasuo takes advantage of this, and you're never gonna be able to crush, never. And it's just gonna hold the freeze permanently, and you're gonna be like 10 CS against 25 and one level down.
Got it.
So you're just too weak right now to be fighting Yasuo. So what you should be doing is not do a single auto on the CS and hope that he start pushing. And if he doesn't start pushing and just stand next to the CS, and for whatever reason he doesn't grab the CS, you cannot take the CS yourself because it's gonna make it so it pushes. So if you need to give those CS to make sure that this guy pushes.
Got it. Okay. Try to force him to push.
Yep. Yeah, because now okay, so he should already be on you, right? Like if that guy was like knew how to really play Yasuo, you just use your abilities. So he dash, and he runs you down three autos and like you're like this HP, right?
Okay. Got it.
Right. So
Yes.
that's exactly why you cannot. So like this guy took level one, so that's pretty good. But like he had like such a good opportunity right now, right? You're so lined up.
Yeah.
Like you should be completely out of the lane from this. You see the damage, and he did two autos,
Yeah.
right? He should like again like right now he does his thing. That's great. He has an opportunity again, right? Because you don't respect. So
Yeah.
here you should try to do something again. Like just E one auto and backs off. Yeah, at this point you and you use a lot of E. Yeah. Hmm. I'm not really happy that we look at a Yasuo game because that's a very weird champion to play against.
Oh, would
But
you prefer to look at a different one?
no, it's fine. It's fine. The
Oh,
only
okay.
thing I want to say is from your E usage that I've seen so far, I think you spam E on the wave, and it's difficult for me to know if you're spamming E on the wave because you want to be crushing because you know you're in a bad position, or you just spam E every game. Do you see what I mean?
Um, Yeah.
But from what I've seen, your E usage is not with intention, let's say. You want to have a purpose to use E, right? So right now, when you look at like all the E's, what is this E for? Right? To me, you're using this E because you have it, and why not?
Alright,
That,
wait, could you rewind a little bit?
yeah, sure. Does that answer your question? I mean, did you
Yeah.
see what I needed to do?
I
So
think
yeah.
I think I
So
tried hitting Yasuo and missed.
oh yeah, I see what you mean. Okay, so
I think I was just really slow at responding to that.
no, that's fine. That's fine. I think like realistically, right now you should be more concerned about being frozen and under his tower than you wanting to be trading on him. Because realistically, he has, if you look at his runes, he has
Grasp.
second wind, and he has Doran shield. So realistically, you're never gonna kill him. Never. You just don't have the damage. So what you should be looking to do is farm up, scale, because Yasuo is very strong early, but doesn't scale that much. I mean, his scale is fine, but not as good as you do, right? Compared to your early game. So what you should be looking to do is just survive the lane, and obviously you want to poke him if that's free, right? But don't want to be poking if there is like if that's a bad time to do it. So like right now you poked him and the wave, so that's pretty good because you want to be crushing like as fast as you can. But as soon as you crush this, like you should be spamming autos, so that's good. Okay, now you crushed. That's good. But now you need to let the wave come to you. What happens? Ooh. Oh, the Yasuo really fucked up. Yeah, he had no reason to dash like this. I think you were dead here. Like if he just dashes like this, he just kills you. Well, lucky for you. That's great. Now you're in a fine position. The wave is pushing towards you. You kind of want to hold the wave, but yeah, good job. Okay, that's good. That's great. You need to be you won't be able to crush this wave. You need to back TP at some point. Because if Yasuo TPs on this, yes, you're not never gonna crush this, right? I don't know where he TPs, but he TP'd here. Yeah. And the issue about TPing that late, recalling that late is now you're making the wave push, right? So if you recall right now, those CS, your CS are gonna be killed by those CS. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's gonna lose more, and you can just back and instantly TP, and you're gonna lose like 2 or 3 CS. But he's gonna lose 6,
Okay.
right? But
Yeah.
now that you push, well, now if he just let the wave kill his wave, you're gonna lose way more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, you lost 6, right?
Hmm.
And now, and the worst thing of this is now this is frozen, so you're back at the level 1, where you need to unfreeze this wave, but you realistically can't because Yasuo is so strong. So if Yasuo is smart, he just position himself here, and if you woke up at some point, he just goes on you and you're dead.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't be. He's letting you get CS for free, right? Like this CS, he should be walking forward because you want to be looking for the CS. But he gives it. He gives it. He should be trying to contesting this. But he doesn't, and then he gives you the cannon for free. Well, he has like very free opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Well, now the wave is pushing towards you, so you just need to chill. Oh, this ward is. Do you know that when you place the ward here, you don't have vision here?
I did not know that.
Okay, so you need to place the vision, the ward here, like either here or here, right? Because like right now, if someone goes like this, you don't know. Yeah, same issue. Like You're not aware that you shouldn't be pushing. That's fine. Now you know. Oh, Briar is here. I don't know if you saw her.
I did.
Okay, if you did, then you need to ping for your team that she's here, right?
Oh, we were all in comms.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Wait, what is she doing? Oh, that was weird. Okay. I mean, do you see how many CS you just drop because you keep pushing and you're just not strong enough to get those CS? Like for
Yeah.
this wave, for example, you try to push, you lose this CS. Oh no, you get it, but you lose this one. You get this one, you lose this one, and you lose this one. So you lost half the wave. And again, the reason why you lost the half the wave is just because you're pushing while you shouldn't. Oh, that's a very good example of the war, right? Right? She was in the bush and she just spawned here, right? Do you see
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're out, that's good. Okay, so now you have your Lost Chapter, you have your 6, you're pretty strong. So you can start to play a bit more aggressively. Why did you ult here? That's a weird
I just
question.
went to go word.
Okay, you wanted to work. Okay, that's fine. I want
I
just to
saw
make
the
sure.
clubs was up and I wanted to word it because I didn't see Briar on the map for a while.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that there is a purpose for you to do whatever you're doing, right? So for example,
I tried to. Oh,
right now
sorry.
you just press. No, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Right now you press E. Do you press E because you want to be pushing the wave? And if you want to be pushing the wave, well, what do you want to do with the wave that you push, right? Usually, when you push a wave to a tower, you get what's called prio. I don't know if you know about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
wanted to try and roam upwards to help Warwick in case he
Okay.
needed it.
That's good. Yeah. You have an idea of what you want to be doing. That's exactly what you need.
My
It
thought
doesn't.
after I got my ultimate was just I don't want to be in lane with Yasuo, so if I can like if I see an objective up, I see my jungler roaming, I see an opportunity to go like bot lane or top, but more specifically bot, then I want to be like TPing bot or like pushing the wave in and roaming to help with objectives.
Okay. Yeah. That's good. That's pretty good. Okay. But like, look. Right now, you're pushing the wave, right? But there is no objective. So what are you pushing the wave for?
That or tip back.
But you just backed.
Did I? Oh.
Yeah. So tell me if I'm wrong. But I think if I open another replay, I'm gonna see you push every single wave.
Sure. I don't. I think against the LeBlanc, I had a harder time farming. I was down a lot of farm.
Or maybe because the wall blank was better than this Yasuo to pressure you, right? That's
Yeah, the LeBlanc was.
promising.
I was like not trying to feed, so I just kept under tower for most of the game until I could like help out more. And once I got my ultimate, it was easier to farm and I could rotate. I started getting more kills. But
Yeah.
I just played really careful that game.
Okay. You have a reset. You're very strong right now. That's pretty. Oh wait, You left the base with 700 gold. Why?
I think I was saving for boots.
I see. Yeah, I would have. What's your next item? Is it?
Boots.
Yeah, but the after the item after this.
I think I went Storm Surge. Yeah, I went Storm Surge.
Yeah, so you
I
can.
usually get the the Shadow Flame or Storm Surge, but I think I went Storm Surge this game.
Okay. So yeah, that's fine. But you can definitely buy an item here, right?
Oh, okay.
You don't need to finish your item to start doing the next one, right? And usually it's better, right? But the boots are they're just you need to get the boots at some point, but you don't want to be leaving the base with 700 gold because if Yasuo recalls and he doesn't, well now you're 700 gold behind,
Got it.
and it's bad. Okay, just a thing about things like this. If you don't want to be dropping farm, you want to be CSing methodically, if that makes sense. So, for example, what you could be doing is when the wave meets, you press the E like this to kill all the backline first, and then you Q the two next CS that dies, and then you E a second time and try to kill the cannon, the remaining CS. Something like this. What I mean is, if you E like this is gonna happen where your team is gonna not your team, your wave is gonna kill a CS that you don't want. So an easier way is just starting from the backline because the backline is not gonna be attacked by them.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then you E again to make sure you get the cannon, and I would put an auto on him before the cannon dies, and then you press E and kill all of this, right? Oh, and use the cannon. That's unfortunate. Oh, what is this?
One of
Yeah.
my teammates was like making a lot of noise and calls, so I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's fine. I would be careful about trying to save your teammates. Your goal, your role as mid laner is not to help your teammates. It's to get as strong as you can. And if TPing in bot lane makes you stronger, then good, do it. But let's say that now there is 10 CS here that is about to crash your entire tower, and your teammates like say TP, TP, TP. You just say, no, I can't. Because if you do, well, now you're one level behind, and the next time he's gonna need help, you will be so weak that you won't be able to. Does that make sense?
So sometimes TP, but it's not always worth it.
Yeah, it's good to TP if that's worth it, but if it's not worth it, it's not good. That's as simple as this, right?
Okay. Do you think that was worth it or no?
Well, I think it was risky. I mean, I'm forced to admit that it was worth it because you got a kill and you saved someone. So yes, after the fact, that was worth it, right? This was not a cannon wave that was coming. Oh, it was. Didn't you get it? Oh no, you got the cannon wave and then you TP'd. Well, Kesa was dead. So if you TP, it's a 3v2, so it's pretty likely that you're gonna at least like not die, right? But I think, well, I think Briar could have played better. But if your jungler is coming to help, I think this is fine. Yeah, I think this is fine.
Okay. I didn't think I was going to die because I saw Warwick was there, but
Yep, if you see
I
Warwick,
do
that's
have
okay.
a habit of sometimes like I mean I know these like friends, but I know that like in ranked I wouldn't. So there are times where like I do rotate and I'm like that was not worth it.
Usually it's not the... Oh, see that was very good, right? Right now, the wave arrives, and you put the E. I would still try to get the cannon, right? But you put E at the backline, so you get those 3 CS 100%. And now, you just need to CS 1 CS, and then... Yep, you Q those two, and you have like them 100%, because that's an ability, and then you use E on this one, and you have like always the same... That was very good. That's how you want to CS every wave, right?
Got it.
That was not a decent recall. Yeah. You were recalling when the wave arrived in lane. So if you want to recall, your champion is kind of stupid, so you just like an E and then ult and you can recall. Like there is no point for you to lose half the tower.
Okay.
Right? Because now you lose like half the wave, and you force to ult regardless. So yeah, that's not ideal. Yep, that's good. You want to be keeping your CS as high as you can. So right now, you're at like 130, 131. It's decent, but you could have more. Okay, so at this point, your bot lane did reset, and that's where you're gonna start. Okay. So early game is done. At this point, your bot lane is rotating mid. You need to go bot. Now, question: what is the goal of you going bot lane? What do you say?
I'm not, and I know that like it's. I'm not entirely sure why it's always bot lane goes mid, but I know that like me having TP in a one of the like outer lanes is better
Well,
for rotating.
that's good what you said. It's not always mid lane going bot. Let's take an example. Let's say that the top laner is playing against Malphite, for example. So let's say that Malphite is your enemy, okay? And now let's say that the mid laner is playing Anivia. Like, are you gonna take the tower against Anivia?
No.
Yeah, no, right? Because she's just gonna R and the wave is never gonna crash. So at this point, the bot lane kinda wants to go top, just because they want to be pressuring towers, and Anivia is never gonna let the tower fall. So at this point, they would go top, and you would stay mid. But the reason why the bot lane needs to be mid is because the support is going to be mid, which can enable him to place wards, right? He wants to be placing wards.
Okay,
That's why the support wants to be mid.
that makes sense.
And the ADC needs to be mid because he cannot play without his support, and his support cannot play on side lane. So the ADC basically kind of follows the support, right?
Got it.
But let's say that your ADC, the most important thing are those towers. If this tower falls, this is a very different game. So now let's say that we're in the game and I'm playing Lux and the guy is playing Draven, but Draven is 0-10. This guy is not going mid. I'm telling
Okay.
him, you stay bot. You're useless. You're not gonna be able to save this tower. You're staying bot.
Okay.
Right? It's not about helping your teammates. It's about not losing the game.
Okay.
I mean, obviously I said it in a funny way, right? But the idea is the
Yeah.
same. Like I'm probably
Yeah.
not gonna say you're useless, but I'm gonna. So usually how I'm doing this with friends, I'm like, can you hold this tower? And if he says no, I'm saying okay, then I stay mid. So at
Okay.
least he understands
That makes
why,
sense.
right?
Yeah.
Because if I'm just saying no, I stay mid, he's not gonna understand why, and he's gonna say shut the fuck up, you don't know what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
But if you say can you hold the tower, and realistically he's gonna say no because he's 0-10, then you can explain to him, yeah, I need to stay mid because we need this tower alive, else we just lose the game,
That makes sense. Okay.
right? Okay, so
Yeah.
now as a side laner, how you want to be? There is a Warwick sound, which is annoying me. Okay, so as a side laner, you have two goals. The first goal is to have farm. The reason why you don't stay mid and stay mid for the entire game is because you're gonna lose so much farm. That's the first thing. The second thing is if you're pushing. So let's say this guy is not here. Okay, so he's probably not gonna stay. Right? He's gonna leave. I guess he
Oh.
isn't, but
The Briar stayed, and I knew the Briar was staying there, and I was like, I don't know why the Briar is here, but okay.
okay, that's fine. But now she's like not gonna stay, right? Okay, so now you doing this move tells me that you don't know why you're doing styling. So that's good. So let's say that you push this wave instead of rotating. Then what happens?
If I push to the lane,
If you push
I
this,
don't think I
oh,
get the tower for that.
okay, you don't get the tower. Okay, that's good. What happens then if you don't get the tower?
Um, I probably get farm,
Yeah, I
but I
mean
don't know
you
how that's
definitely get
break
at
down
least
though.
one wave. Sorry, what did you say?
I didn't know how the team fight was gonna end up, so I was kind of looking to be in a place where I was like, I could at least ult.
Okay. Did you do anything?
I don't think so. I think they backed up. Oh, I did.
Well, I
Never mind.
guess they did, but they kind of suicided on you. Okay. So that's a bad
I
example.
guess I did. My bad.
But okay, so right now you TP'd. So first of all, you could have TP'd from bot lane.
It's so true. Yeah.
But there is another thing. So what I would have liked to hear is if I stay bot lane, I'm gonna push the wave, and then someone is gonna get the wave here, and they're gonna collect the wave. Okay, so if you
Oh,
push this wave, the wave is gonna be here or crashing on the tower, and then someone needs to get it.
yeah.
What does that do?
It takes him away from the fight.
Yep. So that means that someone is stuck here. So when you see this, you just rotate to the fight, and now that's a 4v5 because this guy is here. And now what happens is this guy is pushing here, and now you need to collect the farm. So now you're stuck here, and you need to tell your team, don't fight right now, I cannot help. And then you push. And Yasuo tries to make something happen. And now you have pushed, so Yasuo is gonna be here, and he should be telling his team, I cannot fight right now, don't fight. And you should be trying to make something happen.
Oh, I
Does
see.
that make
Okay,
sense?
so that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
So that's the
So
main
it's like an
reason why
ebb
you
and
want to be side
flow.
lane. Yes, you
Got
basically.
it.
So let's say that there is a 5v5 breaking down here. Are you comfortable with this 5v5? Do you know that you're gonna
Yeah.
win?
Yeah.
So if there is a 5v5 right now, you know that you're gonna win the 5v5.
Yeah.
Okay, and what if you don't?
Um, That's sad.
And you lose the game?
Just, I think not in a normal ranked game. Yeah, I don't think I would know in a normal ranked game. I
Yeah,
think
okay.
I just
You
trust
need
these like team members because I know how they play.
okay, you need to tell yourself that this is a solo queue, right?
Okay, yeah.
So would you 5v5 here?
No.
Okay. Would you 5v4 and 4 is them?
Four is them, like four on their team.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the same thing for Yasuo. So if Yasuo look at this and that's like a 5v5, is like, I don't want to flip this because I'm not sure if one of my teammates is going to misplay, or we're maybe not strong as they are, or I don't know. I don't know the outcome of a 5v5 because it's coin flip. So what can I do about this? Oh, I want to pressure sides and make someone come, and so I can force a 5v4. So his goal is the same as yours,
Got it.
right? So that's why you have turns. You push, that's your turn, he needs to respect, and then he has a push, and that's his turn, and your team needs to respect.
You're so good at explaining this. Thank you.
No, sure, that's why I'm here. So here, like you got something, right? So that's good.
Yeah.
Great job. But no, it could have been the opposite. I mean, realistically, it couldn't because two people are dead, right? That's why it's good. But okay, how can I? Okay, now let's say that's not a good example because those two people are low, right? But let's say that they were full HP and you still did this move. Well, at this point, you don't know who is winning, right? So that's the same position that we were talking before. So at this point, you just push bot. And what's gonna happen is if you push bot, like this, and then Yasuo is gonna be, oh, I need to defend, and then you TP and take Herald,
See. Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I kind of want you to reset and see what happens. Right, you're going mid. You're opening to mid, which I don't mind. Okay, so now you're mid. I would definitely push this wave if they're not pushing it. So that's good. Oh, I would not use E. You want to keep your mana. Okay, and now I would go say, oh, that's what you would definitely don't want to happen. That's very bad. Do you know why it's bad?
Because there's less vision.
But because what?
Because there's less vision.
Well, yeah, that's a good answer. That's a decent answer. Okay, so do I want to explain this? That's a bit early. I'm gonna explain it just in high surface level, so you basically get the idea. But I don't want to be too much in details because you already have a lot to think about. Okay.
Okay.
But here is the issue: if you are here and they are here, it means that support and IDC are here on the enemy team, right? Now,
Yeah.
you're alone and they are two. Are you getting the push?
No.
Okay, so now you don't get the push. Okay, so now they have the push and the Drake is spawning, so they pushed you out, and now they can enter the river. Well, now you need to clear the wave and then enter them. Oh, but they control everything.
Yeah.
How do you get this Drake now? Well, the short answer is you don't. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you want to, especially when the Drake is spawning, you want to be fighting for this wave. I mean, it's not this wave; it's the last wave. But this is the last wave, right? Like the Drake is gonna spawn in 6 seconds. So you clear this wave, you want to be rotating here, but you're alone. No one on your team is here. So basically, you're just giving this Drake.
Okay.
So I don't know how it happens, but for some reason, no one is playing for the Drake. Okay, see, that's good. That's good rotation. You definitely get your prio, and then you help for the Drake. That's good. I would stay on this bush though. You have no reason for you to help. Like, let's see the damage that you do on the Drake.
Oh, okay.
You did like 200 damage. It's one auto from him,
Got it.
right? So you were basically useless.
Okay.
No, that's not true. You used E, so you spared him 3 autos. But okay, now you don't have vision here anymore.
Yeah.
So can you go back mid?
No.
Yeah, you're in pretty tough position, and I mean you don't have a pink. But usually, how I would approach a situation like this is okay. Drake is spawning in. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so you're out of the base. Drake is spawning in 30 seconds. So what I want to do is I want to be pressuring. So I'm going to place a pink here, a ward here, push the next wave, and then place myself here. And whoever shows here, I'm going to one-shot him.
Got it.
And you place a pink here because you don't want to be sitting here on vision. Because now you're just going to die. So you need to have a pink. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
By pink, I mean control wards, right?
Yeah.
Because the name has changed. But now, like right now, you're not pressuring anything. Like you could be here, it would not change anything. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So you want to be proactive on doing something. But if you're not comfortable like walking here, which reasonable, right? First of all, you can just E like this to know if there is someone in the bush. And then you place the pink and the ward, and now you have full control on this area. And this area is yours. And this is how you pick up kills, because now, let's look at it. Would you have picked someone? Yes? I mean, maybe you would have not killed him, right? But if you QER is like this, and now that's free Drake.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
But realistically, you're still not supposed to be mid, right?
Okay.
So how I would approach this if you were a bot is, let's say there is like 45 seconds before Drake, I would push a last wave and then go mid, and as 3, I would help push this wave, because you don't want them to push this wave. That's the same thing, you don't want them to push this wave to enter the river first. So as a mid laner, you just join mid, and then push this, so you make sure that your team have the first move on Drake.
So I push my wave bot lane a little bit earlier and then go help push that last wave mid and then rotate back to Drake.
That's a very good question. This is the last wave. The last wave is the wave that is 30 seconds before Drake, okay? So that's the rule. 30 seconds before Drake, you are mid, no matter what. So you want to be pushing as far as you can before that. But let's say that you can't, and that the wave is here, the wave that's gonna arrive, right? Well, you just go mid, and if the guy decides to push here, you just get the Drake or push there. There is no reason for you to defend this if you're getting what you want to be getting, which is either push or Drake, or both, right? But if someone is here, you want to be trying to fight, because this guy is not here, meaning that you have a number advantage. So let's say that in a theoretical scenario, you guys are 5 here, there are 4 here and 1 here. We just hard engage. There is no thinking involved. You're 5 there, 4. You know how to count to 5. Then you just go. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like the most fundamental rule of League of Legends is just counting to 5. If you can count to 5, you can get master.
Okay.
I mean, it's a bit more complicated than this, right? But realistically, if you're always taking good fights, if you're always taking a number advantage fight and you know how to make those fights happen by like pushing and then rotating, that's like the basic macro to pressure inside in mid game. And if you do this perfectly, well, now you have perfect mid game and you're basically winning every game that you don't lose in early game.
Okay.
That's as simple as this. So now your question should be, do I want to work on early game or do I want to work on mid game? And the answer should be, you work on early game first. Because if you get destroyed in lane, there is no pressure happening because you're behind. And now you cannot be pressuring side lane because you're too weak.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you're staying in mid lane too long. Yeah, here you recall, you want to be... Yeah, you take this wave, and then you instantly go sides. Because here is what happened again. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to continue? Is there anything that you want to be looking at? Or do you want to stop here? Because I think there is like a lot of things already. We can keep looking if you want. I don't mind. It's just, if I look at too many things, it's going to be too much.
I'm taking notes at the same time. I don't mind, but
Okay. We can keep going then.
Okay.
But regardless, I'm gonna send you like the link of the video after this, if you want to watch it again, right? But the issue here.
YouTube channel?
Yep.
I got it.
Okay, so well, there is a bit of an issue here, is that as long as you stay mid, there is not much you can make happen. Like this is like basically coin flip random. You're 4, they are 4. Like who wins is basically down to luck. I mean, you influence the luck because you're ahead, right? But so it's not 50-50, but it's like 40-60, something like this, right?
Yeah.
Well, you definitely don't want those odds while you're hard winning. You prefer doing fights that are like 20-80. Because you're never gonna have a fight. You're basically never gonna have a fight where it's 100% win, right? Because your teammates can always do something bad or disconnect or whatever, right? It can always happen. But let's say that you're doing a 2v4, right? And one of your teammate disconnects. Well, it doesn't matter because you're 3v4 now. 2v3, sorry. So you're still winning. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But realistically, your teammates is never gonna. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Right?
Yeah,
You have
I
a
kinda
random teammate
realized
dying.
I left.
Yeah, but you should. I mean, no, realistically, you should stay bot and they should leave.
Okay.
What are you accomplishing here? There is nothing to do. You're fighting to fight. There is no reason for you guys to be here. So yeah, you're getting this wave, but I don't think you should be 3 to get this wave. Right? Like you just, yeah, like if you were bot and those 3 were mid, well, now what happens is, if let's see, where is exactly yeah, exactly here. Okay. Let's say that now you are bot and those guys decides to go mid. Now what's gonna happen is those people don't know yet that they're rotating mid and you're pushing the wave. So they're gonna stay here. But now there are 3 here and zero mid. So now you can get this tower. And by the way, Malphite is getting this one. So you want to be pressuring the side that they are not defending. Right now, you're just like trying to brute force something where you just should get this tower realistically. You rotating here is just saying, I am scared that my team just ins because they don't know what they're doing. Do you think your team don't know what they're doing?
No.
I think you are. Right?
I think this fight was a little like I realized a little late because I left in the middle of it, and I was like, wait, I'm just gonna take mid tower, but yeah, a little bit. I
Yeah.
thought they were gonna go in, so I was gonna follow up, but then I realized they're just kind of standing, so I was like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah, because you're scared that your team ins. And you know what? You are fucking right. Because as soon as you leave, they int. Right? But that's normal. Like, that's basically solo queue in a nutshell. Right? Even if you're like pre-made as 5, like your teammates are gonna do mistakes. And you are gonna do mistakes, and that's fine. But the thing is, you like let's say that you're pushing mid and you think that putting pressure is the best thing. You cannot decide to do the worst thing because you cannot tell your teammates in voice, you guys need to go back, I'm taking mid tower. Right? So I don't know if you're like the type of person that is like leading the team or not. But if you were, your goal here was to say, I get this tower, guys go back, this is a 4v3. I'm not here. Right? And if they decide to stay here and they decide to fight this and they lose, well, that's on them. Because you cannot join this. And even if one person die, this is still worth it because this tower is worth like 450 or 600, something like this. In between the two, right? That's still more worth than a kill. So even if your teammate dies, that's still worth it, because not only you get this tower, but you also get access to the jungle. So those two towers, they basically dictates who wins the game.
Got it.
So you get that. That's pretty good. You want to reset. That's great. Yep, you still have 17 seconds to reset because Draven is dead. So I would probably stay one more wave just because I want to sync my tempo with him. I mean, I guess you did. Why did we take so much time? What are you doing?
I don't know.
That was like 10 seconds. Explain yourself.
I honestly don't know. I could have been like switching music. I could have. I'm not sure.
I think you were looking for your item, or maybe you're. Oh my god, you're leaving base with so much gold. Yeah, that's not ideal. Yeah, I mean, this wave was really good to get. Okay, so here are two reasons why this wave was good to get. First of all, you sync up your tempo with your teammates. Like, your teammates are dead, if you look like here, right?
Yeah.
So your teammates are dead right now. You want to be on the base, on the map, when your teammates are. And you want to be basically doing anything that you want that don't involve you dying. So you want to be as safe as possible while your teammates are dying or in base or whatever, right? So you want to be waiting for them. So you can just like take this wave and then reset. So what I would do is I would start resetting and then I would see, oh, I have 1,000 gold on me. Well, what can I buy with 1,000 gold? I mean, you had like 2,000. So let me, okay, here. You see, and you have like 2,000. 2,100.
Yeah.
You want to recall with 240. 2,400. Why?
For Abaddon, so I could buy both.
Yeah, you can buy the two needless ravage rods. So realistically, you have a Doran, so you want to buy to back for at 200. 200, I don't know the numbers, but you know how to read. So I would buy for that much because you can sell the Dawn Ring for 180, right? Oh my god, my 8 is awful, right?
Yeah.
And this is basically one wave, right? Because a wave is around 150, right? It's around this. Like it varies between like are you in early game or in late game and is there a cannon in the wave? But basically it's 150,
Okay.
right? So you backing a bit early and for no reason because your team is still dead makes it so you leave base with 1,000 gold. Now, let's say that you were 1k gold behind the enemy. Do you feel like you can 1v1 him?
No.
Yep, but right now you're basically 1k less than you could have,
True. Yeah.
right?
I guess I really don't pay attention to what like how much I need when I back.
Yeah, and that's fine.
I should be more
Yeah, you
conscientious of
just need
that.
to have a reason behind what you do. So sometimes you're gonna back and have a 1k gold, but realistically you can't do anything. Like for example, you're low in HP, or you're scared that you cannot push this wave because people can be here. So that's fine reasons to just back because you cannot do anything about it. But I don't think this is the case right now, right?
Yeah, I
Because
could
like
have at that point.
yeah, the reason why I know that you could have is well, this guy is dead and there are two in bot. So the only person that can threaten you is her basically, and I'm pretty sure you can just Q and back off. Right?
Yeah.
And also you saw her here. So I would just like stay here, E, and then ultimate and back off. Because your champion is very good at this. Right. So from this point, you just like get the Drake and you just win the game.
Oh, I think I'm. Yeah, I was so out of position here.
Let's see. Where are you? Where are you?
I
Over here.
did not go with my team, and I should have. And I didn't have vision in that mid bush, and I ended up dying for that, and I was really upset. The Heimerdinger was sat in the bush and basically one shot me for it.
I mean, to me, that looks like a 4v5 for them.
Yeah.
Because like, what are you doing
Very
realistically? You're that's unplayable for you. And why is it unplayable? It's because you're a control mage, and control mages are good at controlling space. So you want to be placing a E like this, for example, to prevent them from walking up. But now you need to be playing for your team. So like for example, your position is good if you have vision here. But if you don't, you're useless. Because like, what are you gonna do? But if you're here, you can basically do the same thing here, but you're with your team. So if something happens, you just go back here or go back there, right? You just stay with your team. Now,
Yeah.
if they
I don't
push
know
like
why I
this,
decided to back up mid.
what do you say?
I don't know why I decided to back up mid, but I was like, I knew that was a mistake as soon as I
Well,
did it.
I know why you did this. From my perspective, this is how you thought. Wait, why is it so far away? Okay. So right now I'm you playing, okay? Oh, I'm gonna push mid. Great, I have push, I can play for the Drake. Okay, now I have position here. I can try to one-shot someone. That's good. Oh, wait, they saw me, I need to back off. Oh wait, I'm not in the fight anymore. So I think this is what you thought. Which is
Yeah,
not
probably.
stupid, right? It's not stupid, it's just like there are a few things missing. What is missing is, well, you don't know what happens if they act in a certain way, right? Because you don't think about, oh, what if they push? Because you just think reactively, not preemptively. Because their goal is to enter the Drake, and your goal is to land as much damage on them before they reach the Drake. So your position is good because it's control this space. But then if they don't care about you and just keep going, well, now you're useless. But if you're placing yourself here, and E here, and ultimate if they try to cross. And then when they walk up, like here, you walk up back, and you keep landing skill shots on them. You're gonna do so much damage, and you're gonna be where they want to be doing. But
So
you cannot be like useful, let's say, or not useful, but you cannot be playing like this if you have no idea what the enemy is trying to do. And I don't think you
question.
were thinking they want to go on Drake. Yep, what's up?
So would it have worked well if I had vision in that area, or should I have pushed mid and then walked through our jungle to river?
Can you ask your question again?
Should I, like, would it have been okay if I had vision where the enemies are right now, or should I have pushed mid and then walked through our jungle
Like this?
to the river? Yeah.
Well, should have you pushed this wave?
Yeah, because I eat it and then I walked to the river, straight to the river. But should I have eat it and then, because there was time to, I believe.
Oh no, the wave before you mean.
Yeah, I eat here and then I walk straight. But should I have walked, like, pressed E and then walked through the jungle with my team to river?
Well, that depends on the game state. Right now, they are not contesting the wave, and you definitely want to be. So okay, so the Drake already spawned, but you're not in position to fight it yet, right? So this is fine. But now you don't have a pink because you have a drone warnings for some reasons. But
Yeah.
if you have a pink here and a ward here, like I'm joking by the way, I'm not flaming you, right?
It's
Don't.
okay. It's fine.
What did you say?
It's okay. It's fine. I don't mind.
Yeah, I'm just joking. Don't take it personally. But now, if you have a pink here and a ward here, well, now you can poke them here. So you can blast this guy, and even if this guy is not here, you can blast that guy or that guy, right? Because they're gonna try to
Yeah.
enter. And now, but you want to be like trying to blast them through here. And now when they show that they're gonna look for this, now you go here, and you do the same.
Oh.
You do the same when they're here,
So if I had vision, it would have been okay.
because you know what they're doing.
Got it. That makes sense. Yeah.
But realistically, if you press E right now and they go through it, well, there is no need for you to do whatever because you're just gonna ult and you're gonna chunk two people and then the fight is instantly won.
Okay.
As a mage, you basically want to win fights before they happen, especially as Lux, because you want to be poking. You don't want to be fighting in team fights. Because realistically, in team fight, you're gonna learn one skill shot rotation and then you're done.
Yeah.
So your role is to poke. Now, this was good, right? Except like it would have been better if you were here, right? Because now you could have retreated to your team, but still. Now this E is almost perfect because they can go like through here, right? But it's almost perfect. Now, if you would have placed it here, that would have been even better. But now you ult like this. And now what do they do?
Okay.
And also, if you had a ping here, you would be confident to throw a Q. And now you touch two
That's
people,
true.
and then you ult, you blast them, both of them low life, and then are they gonna fight?
No.
Right? So you can
Yeah.
single-handedly win this fight. You're having such a good position. It's just like your position is a tiny bit off. Because you don't realize that they're just gonna ignore you and go for the Drake. But I prefer you backing off than you realizing your mistake and trying to want to like suicide to fix it, right?
I went to speak too early because I felt bad and I went back in even though I knew it was kind of dumb.
Yeah, see, you're trying to just salvage the move, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, what were you gonna say?
How, I guess, how often should I be buying a pink ward?
Well, that's a good question. And usually my answer is just, do you have one placed on the map already? If no, buy one.
Got it. Okay.
That's a simple rule. It's a bit more complicated than this. For example, let's say that you are back in early game and you're wondering, do I buy a pink or do I buy a refillable potion? Well, now you want to definitely buy a refillable potion because refillable potion is so insanely strong, which I'm not sure you did buy any.
I did not.
Yeah. So refillable potion is basically 200 health for 150 gold. Do you know what 200 health costs?
Oh, no, I don't.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. Like, why do you feel bad for not knowing this?
I've been playing League for like not competitively or seriously, but I've been playing League for a lot of years, so like I don't know a lot of things about like that are really basic about League still actually.
I mean, okay. If you ask me anything about tank items, I would not know shit. And I probably have more experience than you do. So you need to be comfortable not knowing stuff about the game because you're permanently not gonna know the stuff about the game. That's why I'm here. I'm trying to identify what you don't know.
Okay.
Right? So you need to not feel bad about not knowing stuff. It's very important. Because if you do feel bad about not knowing stuff, how are you gonna improve ever? Do you expect yourself to just know stuff for no reason, like because you didn't search for them? That's not gonna
I
happen, right?
I'm aware I don't know a lot. It's just a little embarrassing at times. I like only really play Lux or Zoe,
Yeah.
and
What's the
that's
issue
like
about
it.
this? I don't understand. I don't understand what's the issue.
A lot of times people will be like, "Oh, like why'd you die there?" And I'm like, honestly, I like didn't know that character could do that. I'm not familiar with like their skills entirely. I know what it looks like. Like I know what their stuff looks like sometimes, but like I don't know, especially like if they're not mid laners or like they're not in bot lane.
Okay. Now I have a question about this. How can you know?
If
You
I
don't
play
know
more,
something. How can you know?
um, I play more characters, I guess.
Or playing against them. Now, what are you doing right now? You are playing against them, so you're learning. So what you should
That's
be
true.
telling yourself instead of "oh, I'm shit, I don't know this," you should shift this in "oh, I didn't know I could do this. Now I know."
Got
Do you
it.
see the difference?
Yes.
Do you see the value on what I'm telling you right now?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. Do you have any question? And don't be embarrassed. That's fine.
Um, not at the moment.
Okay, that's great. So this is ruby crystals. It costs 100. It costs 400 gold, and it gives you 150 health, which basically means that it's 100 health per 100 gold, right? No, sorry. What am I saying? 150 health, 400 gold. So if you go on this website and you do refillable potion, if it lets me to do it, if it lets me do it. Does it have the? It's maybe not on this website. Usually on the website it shows you the value, the gold efficiency of items. It's maybe not on this website, but regardless, this gives you 200 health for 150 gold, and the other one was 150 health for 400 gold. Do you see how this is so broken?
Yes.
This is why refillable potion is insanely strong. So basically, as a mid laner, you have three things to buy. You have the Lost Chapter on almost any champion, right? So you have the Lost Chapter, the Dark Seal, which is insane item, and refillable. And you want to be buying this in whatever order you want, but you need to have this at some point.
when do I sell it?
Well, the refillable, for example.
Yes.
Well, it depends. Usually, I've set it for a pink in late game, or in later games. Or let's say they have like, let's say I'm trying to buy Raben. Are you gonna keep the refillable potion in case like to? Are you gonna buy the Lindeless Large Rod, or are you gonna keep the refillable potion?
I'm gonna buy the needlessly large rod.
Yeah. So the answer is not cut clean, right? But you can just use common sense, and maybe someone is gonna disagree at some point. But as long as you're thinking about it, that's fine. Doesn't matter as long as you're thinking about it. Like it's always the same thing. Like for example, you're doing a fight. As long as you have a reason to fight, even if the reason is shit, that don't matter. Because if you do a bad fight and you had a reason to do the bad fight and you realize that it was a shit reason, well now you know and you learn. But if you don't have a reason to do stuff and you just do like autopilot, when you don't have anything to learn, why did this fight go bad? I don't know. I was just following my teammates. You're not gonna learn from this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the most important thing about League of Legends, if you want to get better, is you want to constantly be thinking and have a reason to do stuff. And the second thing is you want to be comfortable doing mistakes.
Okay.
So when I'm asking you, for example, why did you die right now? And you tell me, I don't know, I'm shit, and you're embarrassed. Well, that's not very good learning, is it? Oh, very good R, by the way. What the fuck?
Thank you.
That was very good prediction. Yeah, see how your positioning is very much better right now? You're behind your team. You can do so. I mean, I would prefer you to be like more here, right? Because right now you're kind of hesitating, right? Like you did R, which is very good, but now you're kind of hesitating. But you can walk forward. Like this guy is never like, okay, yes, he could flash you, but he is alone. If he's flashing you, like this guy is gonna help you, and those guys are probably gonna help you as well. So you're fine, and you don't have a Zonia. But if you're scared of getting like hard engaged, just buy Zonia.
Good of all Zonias.
Yep. But I mean, I don't think Zonia is important in this game. Like, who is gonna go on you? Like, this guy is never gonna reach you. If you don't get hit by R, this guy is never gonna reach you. This guy either, and this guy needs someone to reach you to go on you. So realistically, this is a front to back composition, and you're probably gonna go play front to back as well. Do you know what front to back means?
No, I don't.
Okay, so in a very simple term, oh my god, this Warwick sound is making me go crazy. This is the enemy team, and this is your team, okay? Front to back means this is the tank line, the front line. This is the back line. And you guys are just like hitting each other. And you just like hit whatever is in front of you. So on those things, front to back means you hit the front line. Dive means you want to be going on the back line by skipping the front line. And disengage or protect means that you want to be engaged on and you want to receive the engage and like back off and try to turn the fight when they engage on you. That's the three styles of team fights. You have a hard engage composition because mad fight just wants to R on three people.
Yeah, that Malphite ult on the Briar was so good.
Yep, that's good. And then you just want to be keeping the poke. That's good. Yep, you keep this E up so it prevents them from going forward.
Yeah, I was really trying to push them back.
Yep, look at your E, right? Your ECD. You place the E here. Wait for it. Okay, you place the E. You have 1 second and then you can place it again. Now, let's go back at the move where you were here and they were trying to go here, right?
Yeah.
You place your E here and you stay here. And then they wait for the E to go up, to go back, and then they try to go forward, and then you Q, so they are gonna try to juke it, and then you place the E again. What can they do?
Oh, yeah.
And if they try to go forward, through it, you just R, and you blast them. Like the same thing that you're doing right now, that you're doing a very good job at. Like, right? You're placing very good E's that makes it unplayable for them to go forward. And you kill a random guy that you didn't even want to kill. I mean, that must be nice to kill people you don't even know that you kill.
After that fight, the thing came up on the top that I killed Milio, and I was like, what?
Yeah. Okay, that's a bit of a waste of time though. Now, you. This guy is not gonna do anything. This guy is not gonna do anything. He is out. This guy needs to recall because he's in your team, in your base. And like basically two people are alive. And you guys are three. Do you know what you could be doing?
Yeah. Fishing?
Getting Baron.
Oh, okay.
So now you not chasing this and just instantly go Baron means okay, now the team has a choice. Are they gonna try to fight? Yeah, but you have Elder, so they're not gonna win this. Okay, but are they gonna give the Nash? Because now they lose because you have Elder plus Nash. So realistically, if you go Nash, they are gonna try to. So like Briar is gonna get out of base and then instantly ult, and then your Warwick is gonna eat the ER, and then you're gonna blast him.
Got it.
But you chasing this kill makes it impossible to do this.
Yeah.
You just lose your time. Why is she Ring? Where is the R? Oh, it's on the red, I guess, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, your job kinda at this point is just to... Oh.
Oh.
That's pretty bad. Yeah, you cannot do this. Well, ideally, what you want to be doing is the same thing. You want to be pushing sides and make someone answer to you.
Got it.
Right? This is like always the same thing. Now,
Oh,
this
I
is...
have a question.
Yeah,
sorry.
sure, what's up? Now go for it.
When I'm pushing side lanes, is there an optimal places that you would say are good to have vision on?
Well,
And
let's say
how
this...
far should I be pushing up?
Well, the answer of how far should you be pushing is very straightforward. You push as long as you're safe. So
Okay.
if you push to there, and you're safe, you push to there. Now the question that you should be asking me is then, is that not stupid? I'm never safe to push up to there. But now let's say that they're doing Nash as 5. Well, now you're safe to push to there. Right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you want to be pushing when you know that you're safe. And how do you know that you're safe is that you know that they're somewhere else.
That's true.
Now,
which if I don't see them on the map, are there like places that are best to ward at
no,
for pink specifically, or
no. But
okay.
the answer of no is not what you think, I think. Your question is, if I don't see them, where do I ward to know if I can push? And the reason why I say no is because if you don't know where they are, you can't ward. Because let's say that the guy is doing red buff, and you want to ward, oh well, now you're dead.
That's true.
So no, you cannot ward if you don't know where they are. I mean, you can, but there is a few specifics way to do this. If you were in a master or grandmaster team, I would tell you, well, you get mid prio, which means that one of the people is gonna hold the wave, and then as 4 you can go on here and then play sword, and now you can push side lanes and you can do a 2-lane setup.
That makes sense.
Now, I'm not going to be too much on details about this, but the short answer is if you want to be warding, you have two options. Either you're with your team or you know that the enemy is not here.
Could I just E to like check and then ward?
Okay, so let's say that you want to E. Okay, so you push here, and then you're here, and then you E, and then you walk forward, and then this was warded, and then you die.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
But realistically, like it's not necessarily gonna happen like this, right? But the issue is that you want to be as consistent as possible in doing as few mistakes as you can. So realistically,
Yeah.
how you can do to get wards and vision here is you push this wave to where you're safe. So let's say that you placed. So what you can do is, let's say you know that this place is safe. So you go here, you place an E here and a ping here, and then you push here, and then you push to there because you're safe. Now you're not safe to push this area. So what you do is you rotate mid, and then you push this way with your team, and then you spam ping them to help you here, and then you spam ping your support to place the wards here, and then you go back bot, and then you push.
That makes a lot of sense, yeah.
But realistically, your support is going to be mutual and very tilted, so it's not going to listen to you.
Okay.
But that's fine.
Okay.
Because why is it fine? Well, you pushed this, so you're not safe here, so the wave is around here and you're rotating to mid. Now there is two possibilities. Either no one answer bot and then he loses like 2 waves of farm, or he answers this and now that's not about getting priority, it's about you brain dead go to fight. Because you know that this guy is getting like the prio, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same thing as before. You push to get someone bot lane and then you rotate. But the vision dictates, let's say, how far can you push while being safe. And sometimes on some games when you'll be very, very like behind, the furthest you can push is here. Because you don't know if there is someone here, you don't know if there is someone here, you don't know if there is someone here, you can't push. So the furthest that you can, sometimes the furthest that you can push is just here. And sometimes you won't even be able to push here. And if you can't, you just group. Because you cannot get this because maybe someone is here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Waiting for you to get dove. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so where are you? And what's gonna happen right now is just, oh, this guy is here. Instant spam ping. Okay, so if it was me in this game, I would hard spam ping, fight, going, and I would go like a psycho. And if I get one shot, that's fine, because even if I get one shot because my tank is not doing his job, they are still gonna wipe the enemy team. So right now you should be more concerned about wiping them than staying alive. Okay. So I would go like a psychopath, really. Like this would be me right now.
Okay.
I'm not joking. Like I would be right now here. Right? I mean, realistically, on voice comm, I would be press R, Malphite, go, right? Okay. And hopefully it does. Right? This is good, but you want to keep doing it. Well, now you don't see anyone bot lane anymore, so now you back off. Now what do you do now? You want to be pressuring this because that's the only tower alive and you have a wave. Now you go here as 4, place ward like this. Your top laner stays here, and as 4 you push this. Because now you're just ARAMing. And when you're doing an ARAM, well, now it's coin flip who wins. And I really hope you'll get wipe right now, because it's good learning.
I think I did because I wasn't paying attention.
Yep.
My friend was like, Kaisa's gonna hate you, and I was like, huh?
Sorry, what did you say?
My friend kept saying, like, there's another one having, because I got hit by Kaisa, like, her missile, and I was like, huh? I was like, not really paying attention.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I just kept trying to back. I was like tabbing out.
Okay, so one thing about this alt tab thing, because it came up like a few times. When you're playing League, you cannot afford to alt tab if you're really serious about getting better. Now, here is the reason. Let's say that you're a challenger player and you're playing against other challenger player. Now, if you alt tab every 15 seconds, there will be a very big difference between you and them on all the knowledge that they get, right? Because they will know that, oh, we spot someone on this ward. Oh, now we can fight. And you're going to be, huh? What do you mean? I was switching
I
song.
promise I don't do this in ranked. I promise I do not do this in ranked.
Well, yeah, but the issue is that you teach your brain by playing like this in normal game. You teach your brain that it's okay to space out during games, and your brain is not gonna make the difference between you queuing rank or you queuing normals.
Got it.
This is about
I will
habits.
stop doing that.
So I would also advise to not play with music. But if you really want to play with music, then don't play with music that has like singing. At least your brain is not gonna be picking up the singings. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But okay, so I want to stop because like there is way too many things. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so there is a few things that you really need to get sorted. The first thing, the most important thing, is the autopilot. Okay. To me, you're like half the game not thinking about what you should be doing, or try to get information. So let's say that you die. What are you gonna do when you die?
Usually I'm thinking about why I died.
Why you died? Okay. Okay, now let's say that you're thinking about why you died, while your enemy that dies tells itself, okay, what is the next objective? Who is winning on my team? Who should I be playing with? What's my next base? When should I ward? How can I win the game? Am I outscaling? All those questions. Like, who is gonna have more impact on the game?
The enemy?
Yeah, because he's not thinking about useless stuff. You thinking about why you died does not matter for this game.
Okay.
Now, you should be thinking about this after the game. So after the game, you loaded the game and you were like, oh, why did I die here? And then you look at it. But in the game is not the moment to think about this.
Got it.
In the game, you should be thinking about how to win the game. Because if you have the exact same skill level as your opponent, and your opponent is thinking about how to win the game and you don't, well, he's gonna win more most of the time. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the first thing that is very important, and I think it's gonna have a lot of impact in your games. Okay? And the answer of I'm not doing this in ranked, you're doing this so much that I would not believe you. Because League of Legends is about being like a game of habits. And if you're like not thinking about this in normal games, I would be very surprised that you think about this in ranked. Am I wrong?
I guess. I have like warm up games before I go into ring to try and get in the right mindset. But
Okay.
I feel like sometimes I just play and like I try to separate the ranked mindset from like a casual playing with friends mindset.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, so I understand what you mean. And I wouldn't say that you're wrong about separating the mindset. But the issue is that if you don't play as seriously with friends that you play with, like in ranked, your brain is going to be used to like. I mean, it depends. Like, if it's like one game, like sometimes like it's very different than you having one ranked game, two ranked games, and 18 normal games with friends.
That's true.
So most of your learning is gonna come from playing with friends, from what I
Okay,
see.
that's fair.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong, right? But again, I don't mind you autopiloting a few games here and there, but you need to be careful about this.
I will work on that.
Yeah. Second thing is, I think you would. So you're an OTP Lux, right? Lux Zoe.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Lux and Zoe's like it.
Yeah. You would benefit a lot after a game or before a game to just look up the matchups. Do you know how to look up the matchups?
Google?
I mean, yeah, but the answer that you gave me already tells me that you don't. But that's fine. I'm gonna teach you. I'm here for this. Okay, so let's say that you play Lux against Yasuo, okay? Lux versus Yasuo mid challenger. And then you look at how old it is. So if it's 1 year ago, it's probably not good. But now you have a challenger player that plays Lux against Yasuo. Okay, now let's see. How does he play the matchup? So you go here at the beginning of the lane. I mean, that's not looking very good for him. Okay, level 1. Okay, level 1. Oh, he autos the wave. And he's getting blasted. So that's how Yasuo should look, right?
Well, it's a lot. Comment? Do I have to take comment?
Where are you playing right now? What were you playing?
I was playing Dark Harvest.
I don't see a lot of players playing Lux with scaling runes. Yeah. Okay, let's look at this one. I mean, I guess this guy is doing the same thing. He's pushing. So I guess I don't know the game. Or because he started Q. Oh, that makes sense. Or just Lux is a very different champion from what I'm used to playing. But oh, you see his back by the way?
The refillable?
Refillable potion. Yep. Anyway, regardless, how you approach a matchup is maybe you try to play it and then you watch a challenger replay and you're like, okay, what's different from him and what is different from me? And that's how you learn how you're supposed to play matchups. So maybe what I said is wrong about you not being able to push against Yasuo, because like that's the second challenger replay that we did, and they are not doing this. So I don't have a lot of experience with Lux. I'm playing Syndra most of the time, but I thought it was the same, but I guess it isn't. So I don't know. You need to look into it, right? Regardless, that's how you look. So so first thing is autopilot. The second thing is look up matchups, and it's gonna be like very important because if you lose the early game, you mid game is gonna be useless. And the third thing is side laning. Side laning and pressuring. Oh my god, I read so bad. Okay. Do you want me to explain this again, or do you already understand what I mean?
Uh, I think I understand. I took notes. But
Okay,
it's
that's
like
great.
a it's like an ebb and flow of like you go between pressuring side lane and then rotating to try and start something, and then pressuring side lane and then rotating to try and start something.
Yeah, the only thing I'm a bit concerned is I didn't hear having a man advantage fight, and that's the point, right?
Got
So,
it.
so that is for number advantage fight. Okay.
So when I see someone show up to respond to my push is the optimal time to try and start a fight, a team fight.
Well, most of the time, like you still need to look at, okay, is my jungler here? Because
Yeah,
if his jungler, if the enemy jungler is here but yours is in base, you don't have a number advantage fight.
of
But
course, yeah.
this is why I say this is so important, because
Got it.
if you pressure and your side laning is your and your enemy is in side lane, now you have a time to try to do something. Now you need to try to look if there is a possibility of number advantage fight. If there is not, well, maybe this is the time to ward. And I actually didn't answer your question, so I'm gonna answer it right now. Oh my god, I cleared it, my bad. Lol, what is it again? Lol map thing, I don't remember. Oh yeah, it's what Rift Kits. Okay, so let's say that the bot lane is mid, right? And like for some reason, your jungler in base and the enemy jungler is here. Okay, and you just pushed and the guy is resetted. You know that you cannot do anything mid because this is a 3v3 and you don't want to be conflicting fights. So what you could be doing instead is placing vision, and you could be warding here and there. So now you know any path that they can be taking except here. And the question can be,
Okay.
well, if I don't have vision here, how can I know that this is good? And the answer is, well, if your team is pushed like this, what are you doing here? Does that make sense?
Yeah. What if the word that's near the river?
This one?
Yeah. Is that safe to be warding there? Because what if the support walks there to try and ward and then they see me and they start
Well,
uh
it's
cornering
not.
me?
Yeah, you're right. That's not that simple. That's not that simple. I agree. Let's say, for example, that they are like going back and forth, and like right now they have prio and they push. Well, now this is probably not a good time to get this ward down. Now you kind of want to be folding back, and your jungler is gonna come, and you need to say, "Oh, we need to fight mid," and then you wait here for a bit. You place a pink here, for example, and you wait for a bit. Your jungler coming out of base, and then now this is the time to fight,
Okay,
right?
that makes sense.
But for example, let's say that they are pushing, and now they are entering because they want to be pressuring for Nash. Well, now this is a good time forwarding. So it all depends. And you're gonna see all of this by just getting used to it. Like doing stuff and failing and getting destroyed, and that's fine. You need to be comfortable doing mistakes. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Is it clear for you what you should be focusing on in the next games?
Yes.
Okay, that's great.
And I'm
So
ready to run ranked right now. No, I'm kidding.
okay, that you don't need to do it right now, right? So here is what I want
Yeah,
to
I'm
do.
not going to.
Here is what I want you to do. I want you to try what we said, and next week. So let's say right now we're Wednesday. So the 18th or later, I want you to come back to me and say, I want to do a new review. And you basically, in the review, we're basically gonna go over everything that we just said. So I'm gonna send you a message. We said number one, autopiloting, right? Number two, we said look up matchups. And number three is side laning. So next week, I'm gonna look again at what we said we were gonna play for. We are gonna look for, and I'm going to look at the game and tell you if I think you improved, which you probably did if you're looking for it, if you're trying to improve, right? And what you're doing wrong and how it could be improved further. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Do you have any questions?
Not at the moment, but thank you.
Right, that's great.
I really appreciate it.
No worries. Well, have a great day.
You too. Bye. Thank
Bye
you.
bye. Sure.